there, beautiful beings. Welcome to my sacred space. My name is Raven. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. This is going to be my deck review of the Smith-Waite Tarot deck Centennial Edition. This is a tarot in a tin, as you can see, so it is smaller than the regular size tarot. I'm gonna give you a quick look of the packaging. Very nice color, the dark gray black with the forest green here. It's just lovely. Look at that flower. Very intricate. So this is a deck that was published by, well, it's published by US Game Systems and came in a tin, which I love. So if you're here for the full flip through, just for that part, I'm going to put the timestamp below in the description box so you can jump to that part. Otherwise, we're going to talk about this deck, the little white book it came in, and other information for the comparison and all of that, right? So, okay, let's open it up. So I think it's very clever that they came up with tin cans for small decks. Just because I feel like it would be, well protected if you carry a deck with you wherever you go, then, it would be a nice way to hold your decks safe. I do have this one from Los Carabeo. Also comes in a really nice box, very sturdy, but it has it opens this way. It's kind of like it slides off, so it's not, you can't really say for sure that your deck will remain safe, whereas this, it's a tin can, so definitely it will be safe. This deck also comes in with two artwork from Pamela Coleman Smith, or as we know her as Pixie, and that's her signature there for the art. So these are non-tarot related decks or artworks that she created. We have the granny and this couple over here. So that's it. I'm going to put that aside. And here is your guidebook. It is basically the same as the key to the tarot. This one, the original. So I think they kind of like just made it a little bit smaller. Yeah, it says there. Okay, key to the tarot. So you have information, history, a little bit of background for the tarot, and then you have the divinatory meanings, okay, and then they talk about the lesser arcana or the minor arcana cards, the meanings. You have quite a lot of information here as opposed to other tin decks. They do give out like a very elaborate explanation, not really full-blown explanation, but at least you have like the divinatory meaning as well as someone as well as the explanation of the card, like how it looks like. So here, for example, the Four of Pentacles, a crowned figure having a pentacle over his crown, clasps another with hand and arms. Two pentacles are under his feet. So you kind of like see the whole picture, even even if you don't have the card with you. Then they describe the image in the card. So I got I got the key to the tarot. This is the one that came in with my original Rider-Waite tarot pack. So it's old and it's kind of dirty. I apologize for that. But the information in that guidebook is somehow here quite similar. But this one is of course less pages, so you have less information. But they didn't skimp on going through the details of like how the tarot started, like a little bit of the background information or history, and then of course the meanings of each of the cards. They're all here. So there you go, minor arcana, and everything is just indicated here, along with description of like how the card looks like. And then they also provide the reverse meaning here as well. Very easy to understand. Actually, this is quite thicker than my other tin decks. Okay, at the back you have, oh, cute. At the back you have, sorry, my throat is really itchy and I'm trying not to cough. So here you have the classic Celtic cross spread for you to try. And then here is the explanation. I'm so sorry about that. So that's your guidebook. Now onto the card. Just want to show you a sample. So the size of the card is small, but it's not, I don't know, it's easy to manage, it's easy to handle as well, even though it's kind of like, a lot smaller than the regular tarot size. Oh, what happened here? Okay, I'm not sure if, maybe that's my fault. Maybe I guess. Anyway, never mind. So this is the backing. It has this muted blue color with this flower that's somehow similar to this, and the signature. Yeah, 1 second. So this is how it looks like. I'm going to show you the sides. It is quite pristine still because I haven't used it much, but as soon as I got this easily became one of my favorite decks. Just because of the size, I love it. It's perfect for my hands, and the images are just exactly the same as the Rider-Waite Smith original one, and I am an RWS girl. And yeah, so they look nice, but this one has more of like a vintagey vibe, or how do I say it? More of like a muted tone. As regards to the color, I'm gonna show you the differences. I'm gonna get, I like giving comparisons, so I'm gonna lay out some of the cards here so that you guys can see how they look like in comparison with the OG. So the World card, there you go. High Priestess, oops, how do I'm gonna move it here. High Priestess. That's another thing that I noticed here is that if you can have a look at the original version's card, you can see that, this one has a border, but the border is white, okay? The whole image kind of like looks a little bit vintagey, it has that vibe, but the border it's white. Whereas this one, it kind of like has the same color. I think the vintage feel kind of like bled out to the border, or outside of the box. So I don't know, it kind of looks more legit, like an old deck with that effect. So if you can see, the difference in the color, it's very saturated for the OG or the original Rider-Waite Smith deck, but the what do you call that? The Smith-Waite Tarot deck, the tin version, is a little muted. Okay, so if you are not into muted decks in terms of the color, if you prefer them, with more color, then this might not be for you. But if you appreciate something that looks a little bit more vintage, then you can go ahead and grab this deck. It's really pretty. I love this size. I enjoy using it. I can bring it with me anywhere, and I don't have a problem shuffling it. The size is just, it fits the palm of my hand, and I do have small hands, by the way, so I'm gonna give it a shuffle so that you can see that it also shuffles well despite the size. The cardstock is nice. It's bendy. Here. It's bendy. Look. It's nice. Love the quality. It's good quality paper. You can shuffle it that way. You can shuffle it this way. Depends on how you want to shuffle. But either way, it's fine. It's perfect. I love it. Alright. So I'm gonna give you now the flip through of the deck. It is, of course, not going to be in order, but I just would like to highlight other images or other cards. Right, so we are starting. I'm gonna put on some background music and we'll begin. Right, so that is the full flip through of the Smith-Waite Tarot Deck Centennial Edition in a tin. So shuffles really nicely. I love shuffling this deck. What can I say about this deck? It does call out. It calls me out on my bullshit. Like for example, I'm sorry I said a cuss word, but it does call me out. You know, if I, for example, I try to, okay, should I get this deck? Should I get this card? Maybe not. Okay, I'm not gonna get it. And then the next card that flies out is the same card. You know, it's funny how cards do that. You can feel the energy of the card saying, you know what, I gave you this card for a reason, take it. So most of my decks do actually have that. It's just that some are less, but there are some decks that are just, whoa, you know, really kind of like, you need to pay attention. They do have, some of the decks have that energy. This one doesn't really have that. It's more of like, kind of like a little bit gentle, but it will, you know, show me that, hey, don't ignore that card. You meant to have it. So there you go. That is my full flip through and deck review of the Smith-Waite Tarot Deck Centennial Edition. Let me know what you think. If you have this deck, do you want to add it to your collection? If you have questions, as always, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I would love to respond to your messages. That's it. Take care, guys, and see you again soon. Bye.